What I want to talk to you today about is NotebookLM. So this is a AI tool that is free from Google. So think of it as a notebook with AI power behind it. On the far left-hand side, this is all the training material that we uploaded. These are all the curriculum guides, the grading policies, etc. from 6th grade through 12th grade, plus our MOI. So the power of AI is going to use these documents to answer your questions. On the far right side, these are the notes we've asked it before, but I can also click this to load an overview podcast. In other words, it's going to read all of our documents and give you this one will give you about a 24-minute podcast, a high level overview of what's going on throughout all these curriculums. In the center, this is where I can ask questions. It's going to use AI and read these documents to come up with an answer. So if my question was something like this, like how are cells introduced to my students to students from one grade to the next? Let's say I was a 10th grade teacher wondering like, okay, what skills and knowledge do they come in knowing and understanding about cells? Where does that information come from? How is it introduced? What are the grading scales? Big questions like that. How do we find that answer instantly by asking the question, clicking search. Within a few moments, you're going to get this great detailed explanation of how this happens. If you look here, it says 3. I can hover or click, and it's going to pull up the source material where that came from. So you can look back to go, oh, this is how 6th grade introduces it. Here is the exact standard. Here are the goals that they're looking for. Here are the essential questions. So it's going to give you a really comprehensive look deep into the curriculum in a moment's notice. You can also start to compare things like from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. How are cells introduced? What are their activities that go from one grade to the next? You can look at how could I compare 8th grade to 9th grade. There's a lot of different tools in here, but you just have to ask the question just like you would with an AI. So we built this for you, putting all the curriculums in here. If you're interested in having one specifically to say, I teach this type of science and I want a notebook created just for me with these materials in here, we can definitely help you out with it. But just think, a super powerful AI trained just on our science curriculum, ready for you to use and start asking questions.